Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin, and we got another She-Ra video. This article came out a little bit ago, but I had to get away from She-Ra for a couple of days because it's just too much of it. But CBR, they just can't get enough. There's a new article every few hours about She-Ra, and it's just like they're shilling the hell out of this, and I can't help but think that they're being paid for it because this one is the most ridiculous of all the articles they've written so far. Even more ridiculous than the perfection of the LGBTQ plus arc of season 2, which was all of 10 minutes. But here we go. She-Ra season 2 is basically Empire Strikes Back.
No. It's not true. That's impossible.
It's so funny because this is you couldn't grasp for more straws than this. It's not even remotely close in any way. But he tries to break it down. This Ronaldo Matadine, he was a complete idiot. I like how it says it's a CBR exclusive. Yeah, it's exclusively stupid because no one else would run a story this beyond stupid. Okay, here we go. She-Ra and the Princess of Power's second season is built up of various factions warring for the heart of Eternia even more than season 1. Did it? Did it really? What did you watch? Last season focused more on Adora becoming the titular heroine and Catcher turning into the best friend who hated her for it. Really? Is that what really happened in season 1? Because not really. This time around, the stakes are raised and we see just how cosmic the scope of the story is. Do we see that? It is no longer about Etheria because as more of Hordak's armies and their overall missions are explored, it's become a battle of the fate of the entire galaxy. No. He's traveled to other planets, but I think he only has enough to reach one planet at a time. So it's more like it's not the whole galaxy. They're not the Empire. You can't make that distinction because if Hordak is stuck on this one planet, you didn't see Vader get stuck on friggin' some backwater planet. Oh, I'm stuck here forever because I have no resources. No, they would have came and picked him up. He doesn't have a galaxy-wide force. It becomes a battle of the fate of the entire galaxy. In fact, upon closer inspection, Season 2 really ends up drawing huge influences from one of pop culture's most iconic space sagas, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. That's just a lie, that whole sentence. Here's where they make like the distinctions of why it's exactly like it. Adora's training. She-Ra's training is very similar to Luke Skywalker's from the movie. No, it isn't in any way. It's so exhausting. Just rereading this is just making me hate it as much more than when I first heard about it. I hated it, and then now I hate it even more. Where he went to Yoda to complete his journey towards Master Jedi Master, in Empire, Luke on the advance of Obi-Wan's Force Ghost ended up on a swamp planet, Dagobah, and trained steadfastly under Yoda, someone who had all the knowledge of the galaxy and Jedi to pass on. That's a little much. Yoda knew he had a new objective here because he had to shape the Chosen One to restore balance to the galaxy. That is a very acute way of trying to fit this in here because that's not exactly what Yoda was trying to do. Like they gloss over there's a whole lot of nuance here that they're just completely glossing over. Here, Dagobah's replaced by the Crystal Castle outside a dark forest of Etheria. Luke had to go to this horrific planet in the middle of flipping nowhere. She-Ra or Adora just had to go to some place in the forest. It's not even fathomable to even be compared to each other. It's like me walking downstairs to the kitchen compared to me traveling into the middle of freaking nowhere in some dirty swamp on the other side of the planet. No, it's nowhere near the same. It's a way cleaner environment, you think? But ironically, it's surrounded by caves and acts as a home to the wise Lighthope. It's surrounded by caves? Why does that matter? In a home, she's just a program. She just shuts off when she's not a living thing. She's a hologram construct running the place, blessed with the knowledge of the cosmos. Well, just blessed with the knowledge that was given to her. Lighthope trains Adora to perfect her use of the Sword of Power, just like Yoda trained Luke with his lightsaber, even putting her through a similar series of trials. What? Again, I like how she says, or he says, a similar set of trials. Okay, this is where you would bring in, oh yeah, when he was running through the forest with Luke on his back and teaching him all these things, teaching him how to use the Force, not necessarily the lightsaber. He was trying to teach him more of the ways of the Force. So it's like he didn't watch the movie. What did Adora do? She went through some training exercises where she had to learn how to turn her sword into different things. Luke and the Force, that could be used for any training montage. Like, it's so vague of the connections here. So that one's debunked, take that one off the list. A villain redeemed. What villain was redeemed in Empire? The redemption of Vader didn't happen until Return of the Jedi. So what the hell is this person? This whole thing is like they didn't watch She-Ra or Empire because they just draw a lot of conclusions of their own. In Empire, Vader wasn't fully redeemed, but we could spot the glimmer of hope in him. And when he talked about creating order in the galaxy with Luke, that was not a glimmer of hope. That was a glimmer of complete control, of iron-fisted control over the whole entire galaxy. If you saw a glimmer of light and hope in that, there's something wrong with you. At this point, we know he's ready to turn on the Emperor. Yeah, but to continue to be a bad guy. He wasn't going to join the rebellion or anything. Something that would eventually happen in Return of the Jedi. Yes, he did turn on him, but it was to save his son's life, and it was like happening right in front of him. The connections to She-Ra? What bad guy did this? Did something to help anybody? Clearly, the love for his child started to resonate within the Sith Lord, even if the arc wasn't followed through until the next film. Ooh, yeah, that's why it shouldn't be anything. That's why you can't make the comparison. It's a different film. In She-Ra, the same thing happens with Shadow Reaver. What? How is Shadow Reaver a good guy in any way or doing something good? She hasn't done anything good. This is where they jump to so many conclusions that it's just they join the damn circus. They're jumping through so many damn hoops. As for the Sorcerer Lightspinner, she wanted to reduce the chaos in the galaxy. No, she didn't, but succumbed to the darkness, a la Anakin Skywalker. Not even close. She always hungered for power. And she wanted to fight Hordak, but she wanted to tap into this power to give her more strength. Order in the Galaxy, were they even aware of other planets? I don't even think Shadow Reaver or the other wizards even know there's other places out there. So that whole thing, Chaos in the Galaxy, that's another lie. You didn't watch the show. Inspired by the love she has for Adora, season 2 finally sees her cutting ties with Hordak and his legion in the Fright Zone. She ran away because she was going to be banished and or killed. Inspired by the love she had for Adora, who she raised from a baby. Is that what happened? I think she saw that Adora was going to be a powerful person, and she was going to try to use that as a weapon or as a tool. Was it love? I don't think so. Shadow Reaver begins to see the light. Does she? Walking the path of redemption by going to make a pact with Adora. Is that what she was going to go do? So they can rule the galaxy with a new vision, just like Vader offered Luke. We don't know what she went there to go do. In the last 5 seconds of the last episode, you see Shadow Reaver's in Adora's room. We have no idea what she has planned. She's going to wake up. Hey, Adora, I got this idea. We could team up. This is ridiculous. How did you draw that conclusion from that? As far as I'm concerned, I think Shadow Reaver's there to either capture her and try to tap that She-Ra power, maybe use her mind-bending magic on her and everything. She's nowhere near a redemption arc at all. She could get there eventually, but none of that's being shown. She escaped because she was going to die, and we have no idea what she has in store for Adora. This whole make a pact to rule the galaxy, that's not what's going to happen. What? She-Ra can... Yes, She-Ra's strong. She can't rule a galaxy. They don't have anything. If Luke and Vader would have overthrew the Emperor and they were father and son, they have the whole resources of the Empire. You can rule the galaxy. An 8-foot lady with a sword and an old lady with very little magic. How are you going to... They couldn't even beat people in their own planet, let alone the galaxy. What the hell? Hordak wins the day. Did he? Empire's famous for Palpatine winning the day by breaking the rebel spirit. He got Lando Calrissian to betray Princess Leia and company. He betrayed Han Solo and company. What? Princess Leia? What? Not to mention, Jabba finally got his hands on Han Solo. Palpatine and Vader clearly infiltrated the Alliance, and with the personal triumph in hand, they began speeding up plans to create the new Death Star to decimate the remnants of their opposition. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Season 2 sees Hordak winning in similar fashion. No, it doesn't. As he finally converts Entrapta. Converts? She's been a bad guy for a long time. There's no conversion. What the hell? The smartest woman in the cosmos? We haven't even seen other planets. How the F are you drawing these conclusions? You're out of your damn mind. And what does that have anything to do with Star Wars? It's being into being his right-hand operative. He has her working on the portals because she's smart. As soon as he's done with that, he's going to throw her away. He does not care about her. Does not want her to be anything more than another tool he can manipulate. What the hell is this writer talking about? Most importantly, we finally figured out how Etheria's energy and the Black Garnet, a runestone, to create portals so they can invade other planets, enslave more citizens, and garner other weapons and allies. He can't even beat the planet he's on. Why would he move on to another planet? What? I think he just literally just wants to leave this planet, or maybe he can use these portals to bring in more technology from like his home world. But why didn't they come and got him yet? There's a lot of explaining to do in season 3 with this whole portal thing, but I don't think he's gonna just like, oh, we made a portal to another planet and we pushed them through tanks through and we conquered another planet. You're not done with Etheria yet. Why would you move on to another one? Now, what does this have to do with Star Wars? While Dora was busy training, the princes were tied up in trying to expand their coalition, and the Alliance in general was looking to break into Hordak's lair and stop his plans, but the villain simply kept his distance like Palpatine did and engineered a weapon that will decide the war to come, with all the heroes none the wiser. Yeah, this portal thing and the Death Star, no, they're not even remotely in the same league of weapon-wise. Again, I don't see the draw to She-Ra at all. And he just ends right there. And She-Ra, the Princess of Power, starring blah, 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 and has all that information. What a way to end an article with some wacky statement that makes no connection to your thesis statement of, oh, this is totally Empire Strikes Back. I don't know, CBR, this is just ridiculous. Is Netflix, is Noel Stevenson paying you for these things? Because it makes no sense. It boggles my mind that they keep making these giant leaps. And it always to something that's way more popular, something that's will be in the memories of people for all time and eternity. Star Wars will be in the mythos of people's minds. This She-Ra and the Princess of Power reboot thing, I say in about 4 or 5 years, no one's going to remember it. Only people are going to remember it from people doing reviews and reactions like I do. That's it's going to be its legacy, not the actual show itself. So, thank you, CBR, for another ridiculously stupid article that makes absolutely no freaking sense. And this was, if I didn't say at the beginning of the video, this was shared with me on Twitter. So if you find any articles like this, you want me to do a reaction to them or want my thoughts, just go ahead and hit me up on Twitter at C15 Podcast. There is a email on the About page on my YouTube channel, and you can join our Discord. There should be a link in the description of this video, and you can leave ideas there. We continue discussions over there all the time. So see you guys in the comments. She-Ra Season 2 is coming back. What was it? July, August? So we don't have too long to wait before we get more reviews. Hooray! But yeah, see you guys later. Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15 Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.